Alright, let's try this again. I was having some connection issues, but I think we back. Should be good now. So anyway, like I was saying, before my connection went bad, because I wasn't on the Wi-Fi at all, basically, since last Sunday, I just been really thinking about what's more important to me, whether it's more important for me to become the engineer that everybody goes to, or if it's more important for me to have the record label that's flourishing and everything. And my decision was pretty easy. I'd much rather have a successful record label than be the one successful person from my entire team. So what I decided to do was actually figure out a way to get my label where they should be faster, because it's a lot of talent there, but it also requires a lot of capital to invest that you may not see a return on for a long time. And I'm perfectly fine with that because I believe in the people on my team 100%. They have shown me that, it's something worth believing in, so I have no problem investing that capital. The only thing is, in order for them to be in the studio as much as they need to and work on their own music, I would have to be out because I can't be taking clients if that's the studio that they go to as well. So what I decided to do was get a job, because at this point, and don't get me wrong, it's not an hourly job. I will never work another hourly job again, because no matter how hard you work those things, you can't, you can't, you can work hard as you want to and kill yourself at an hourly job, and you're still gonna make the same amount of money as anybody else would just skating by. So I got a job selling cars, whatever. I plan on taking all that money and putting it into the promotion and marketing of all our future projects, because like I said, I think in the first episode I did, we're planning to go from just posting things on SoundCloud to actually posting things on, iTunes, Spotify, all the major outlets. But we also want to get just better equipment, like better video equipment, better sound, things like that. We want to work with more people, travel more places, and that's going to cost some money. And it's not the artist's responsibility to come up with that kind of stuff if you're on my label. So, I mean, like I said, these guys are my friends, like it's not just a business relationship. These guys are friends of mine that I've had for years, but at the same time, I look at it as you joined my team for a reason, so it's my job to take care of you. So while I'm out of the studio because I decided to get a job and give them time to be at the studio, I just give them the keys and then go in and do their own thing. Like I said, everybody on my label can basically do what I do. It's just about having the time to be in the studio, and I would much rather give them that time. So we're going to do that for however long it takes until I get the money to get my own, because the studio I have right now, I share with the guy that was my teacher, and I started off being an intern with him, and then it went to me being hired there. So, okay, cool, we share the space or whatever, but I really want my own thing. So we're going to take this money that we get from that and put into building another studio. I don't plan on, because, I didn't know this, but car sales make a lot of money, a lot of fucking money, like a lot. I don't plan on balling out or nothing like that or getting any kind of life inflation, because that's not what the goal is. The goal is for me to get my label to where I feel that we should be at this point. My label is 2 years old, by the way, if I never said that part. So there's certain things I feel like we should have done by now we haven't done. So I'm taking all that money from that and going into my label. Outside of that, let me see, what else did I want to talk about? Oh yeah, so outside of that, what I do plan on doing when we do get our own studio is I plan on building separate rooms. So like I said, the studio will be mainly for my label, but I'll also have, it's like Studio A, Studio B type thing. Studio A is for us only. Nobody else can go in there, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Studio B is a space that I plan on renting out to other engineers or any other artists that want to bring their engineer in as well. And they can rent that space out for a daily rate. The day rate, I'm not sure what it'll be right now because the studio isn't built. But one thing I noticed is, you can have the worst sound quality ever, the worst sound quality. I mean, you can have poor, like everything. If you have a certain atmosphere that you created there for the client, where the client is comfortable and the client feels that the creative juices are flowing no matter what, the client will pay 10 times what they would pay to record somewhere that does have professional sound, but it looks ran down and it looks pretty boring. And I'm saying that because the studio I'm at right now, the engineer who built that studio, he believed in the less is more approach, which makes sense because in 2017, less really is more. I can get the same sound that the radio has just from using my laptop. So less is more really does apply. But on my end, I feel like you should be able to have a space where artists come and want to create. They want to, they want to get their thoughts out. They feel at home. So if you can, provide just different, I'm not even sure what the word I want to look for, just explaining stuff is, but you can just provide different things to make artists feel that way. They will come just for the vibe alone. The vibe alone is like, it's studios here that have, of course they have recording and everything, but they also got a basketball court. They got like dance studios, video games, all kinds of stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, ours does have a Nintendo 64, but I just feel like I can do better, so I'm going to do better, and I'm not going to settle because this is where I'm making money at right now. If I know I can do better, then I will do better. So, that's pretty much it, really. Like, this was a pretty short episode because I'm just doing some, some reevaluating, I guess you could say. So, long story short, I got a job and I'm about to build my own studio pretty soon. So I will keep you guys posted on the process of that. And now that I told you what my plan is for my new studio, next weekend, I'll probably finally show you the studio I'm at right now because we haven't been in there yet. So I'll probably do a tour or something. And I'll see you guys then.